Imagine this. You're sitting across the dinner table from your significant other, both of you engrossed in your smartphones. The room is filled with silence, but it's far from golden. You're physically close, yet emotionally miles apart. Have you ever wondered how you ended up in this disconnected state? What if I told you that a single shift in your approach to life could transform that silence into meaningful conversation and enrich all your relationships? Welcome back to Practical Pursuits HQ, the go-to destination for practical wisdom and actionable insights. I'm your host, John, and today we've got something special for you. We're diving into the powerful concept of intentional living and how applying it can be a game changer for your relationships. So, if you're tired of feeling disconnected and are ready to elevate your relationships to the next level, you're in the right place. Stay tuned. Part 1. Understanding intentional living. So, what exactly is intentional living? At its core, intentional living means making choices that align with your personal values and goals, rather than letting life happen to you. Think of it as being the director of your own life movie, rather than just a supporting actor. You're consciously deciding where to invest your time, energy, and resources. Now, let's break it down into its key components: awareness, purpose, and action. Awareness is all about recognizing your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. It's the first step in understanding what changes you need to make. Purpose, on the other hand, is your why. It's the driving force behind your decisions, the thing that gives you a reason to get up in the morning. And lastly, action. Knowing is not enough. You have to act. Action is the bridge that turns your intentions into reality. So, why should you care? Well, intentional living has a ripple effect on every aspect of your life. It can improve your physical and mental well-being, enhance your career prospects, and yes, even revolutionize your relationships. When you're intentional, you're not just drifting through life. You're setting goals, making plans, and most importantly, you're living a life that's aligned with who you truly are. Part 2. The link between intentional living and relationships. So, you might be wondering, how does intentional living connect with building stronger relationships? The answer is simple. Intentionality is the foundation of any meaningful relationship. You see, relationships don't thrive by accident. They require effort, focus, and yes, intentionality. Just as you wouldn't build a house without a blueprint, you shouldn't expect a relationship to flourish without a clear sense of purpose and action. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. Let's look at some real-life examples. Consider a couple who set aside time each week for a date night, come rain or shine. That's intentional living. They're aware of the need to nurture their relationship. They have a purpose in strengthening their bond, and they take action by setting aside time. Studies have shown that couples who engage in such intentional activities report higher levels of satisfaction and a deeper emotional connection. Or how about friendships that stand the test of time? Those friends who check in on you, remember your birthday, and are there when you need them? That's not by accident. That's intentional living in action. Research confirms that friendships based on intentional actions such as these are more enduring and fulfilling. Part 3. How intentional living transforms relationships. So now that we understand the link between intentional living and relationships, let's delve into how exactly this concept can transform your interactions with the people closest to you. First up, improved communication. Intentional conversations and active listening are game changers. Instead of passively hearing what the other person says, you actively listen, ask questions, and engage in the discussion. This not only enhances the quality of your conversations, but also fosters a sense of mutual respect and understanding. Next, let's talk about quality time. It's not just about being in the same room together. It's about being present and engaged. Whether it's a date night with your partner or a day out with friends, make the time count. Be there, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. Give the gift of your full attention. On to conflict resolution. Arguments and disagreements are inevitable in any relationship. However, approaching conflicts with intentionality can make all the difference. Instead of reacting impulsively, take a moment to think before you speak. Choose words and actions that are constructive rather than destructive. You'll find that this leads to quicker and more effective resolutions. Lastly, deepening bonds. Emotional and intellectual connections don't happen overnight. They're built through shared experiences, meaningful conversations, and intentional acts of kindness and love. Being intentional in your actions can turn a good relationship into a great one. If you're finding value in this conversation about intentional living in relationships, consider giving us a thumbs up. Your intentional click helps us create more content that matters to you. Part 4. Practical steps for intentional living in relationships. All right, we've talked a lot about the theory, but let's get down to the practical stuff. How can you start living more intentionally in your relationships starting today? First, let's focus on self-awareness exercises. One of the most effective methods is journaling. Take a few minutes each day to write down your thoughts, feelings, and actions. This will help you become more aware of your patterns. Mindfulness is another great tool. Simply taking a few minutes to breathe and be present can offer incredible insights into your own behavior and reactions. Now, for some actionable tips. One simple but powerful step you can take is to schedule quality time with your loved ones. Put it in your calendar and treat it like any other important appointment. Another tip is to practice active listening. The next time you're in a conversation, make it a point to really hear what the other person is saying without planning your next response. But beware of some common pitfalls. One major mistake people make is going overboard and becoming too rigid in their plans and schedules. Remember, relationships need room to breathe. Another pitfall is being too focused on your own goals and needs that you neglect those of your partner or friend. Intentional living is not just about you. It's about creating a harmonious balance between your needs and those of others. So, we've covered a lot of ground today, from understanding what intentional living is, to its role in transforming relationships, and even some practical steps you can take starting today. The core idea is simple. A little intentionality goes a long way in enhancing the quality of your relationships and, by extension, your life. I've personally experienced the transformative power of living intentionally. I used to rush through conversations, always planning the next thing on my to-do list. But when I started practicing active listening, it was like I discovered a whole new level of connection with people. Trust me, the impact is real. Now, it's your turn. Take the first step. Maybe it's scheduling that date night you've been putting off or starting a journal to gain self-awareness. Whatever it is, make that commitment to intentional living. Don't forget to check out our other videos and playlists, which dive into other facets of practical wisdom and self-improvement. We've got some exciting topics coming up that you won't want to miss. If today's video resonated with you, what's one thing you're committing to do to live more intentionally in your relationships? Drop a comment below and let's get a conversation going. Your engagement helps us grow and bring you more quality content. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button to stay updated on all our upcoming content. Your journey to a more intentional and fulfilling life is just a click away. Thank you for watching. Take care.